Now I know, bro, you want to get jacked, you want to build muscle, you want to be more attractive to girls, but you don't have a gym, or your gym doesn't allow you to go in, or your gym is way too far away, so you can't go to the gym. But I'm gonna show you the exact way to get jacked without a gym at all. Just straight and go. To get jacked, all you need is 3 things. You need exercises, you need intensity, and you need progressive overload. This is all you need to get jacked, basically. To build a 10 out of 10 physique, are these 3 things: exercises, intensity, and progressive overload. So the first thing is exercises. Now with exercises, this is gonna be a bit different, okay? You are not going to basically do like weight exercises, because you might not have a lot of weight at home. You're gonna train at home, right? Because you can't train at the gym. So we're gonna use body weight exercises. Now, what are body weight exercises? You basically do exercises, but using your own body weight. Well, no shit, like you do, instead of using weights as a resistance, or as a resistance on your muscles, you instead use your body weight. So all you need for this is push-ups, pull-ups, and squats. Those are the only 3 exercises that will target your entire body and will maximize muscle growth for you. Only these 3 exercises: push-ups, pull-ups, and squats, right? So you're gonna use body weight exercises. Now you might think that no, this wouldn't work because weights are better and going to the gym, of course, is way better, right? You're gonna think that. But actually, there was a study that had 2 subjects. One group did the bench press, which is basically like a gym movement, a movement you do with a barbell, with weights. And another group did push-ups. So one did the bench press and one group did the push-ups. What happened in that study, and I'll try to find that study and link it. Now, probably somebody could link it in the comments down below. But it's a very famous study. What happened is, the group that did the bench press, they built a lot of muscle. But the group that did the push-ups built the same amount of muscle. Could you imagine that? They both built the same amount of muscle. But they were doing the next 2 things that I will talk about right here. This is what they were doing. They were training with intensity and progressive overload, which is actually what I'll say right now. So now we understand that we will use exercises with our body weight, push-ups, pull-ups, or squats, right? But in order to make those exercises as effective as weight exercises, we need to do the next 2 things, which are the first one is intensity. And intensity is basically training till failure. You keep doing an exercise until you can't get another rep, basically. Well, basically, do as many reps as you can. That's basically intensity. You do as many reps as you can. I know my handwriting is a bit shit, but you do as many reps as you can. You do push-ups until you can't push yourself up. You do pull-ups until you can't even bend your elbows, right? You do an exercise until you cannot perform another rep. It's literally impossible. And this is super hard, but this is what maximizes muscle growth. This is the primary driver of muscle growth, is training till failure, to the point until you can't do another rep despite your greatest efforts, despite anything. You can't do another rep. Drop down right now. If you drop down right now and you do as many push-ups as you can, you will send the best stimulus you possibly could to your muscles. Okay? And I've actually experienced this. Like, I've actually built a lot of muscle with just push-ups, pull-ups, and squats, but training them to failure, taking them until I can't do another rep. And I've built basically exactly like the study. I built the same amount of muscle as I was training with weights, right? So that's the second thing, is train till failure. Okay, do as many reps as you can. Push up until you can't push yourself up. Pull up until you can't bend your elbows up. Squat until you can't get up from the down position, right? Do as many reps as you can, and do just 1 or 2 sets. Because sets don't matter, volume doesn't matter. I've done a lot of videos on this. Volume doesn't matter, intensity is what matters, okay? So that's the second thing. Now the third thing is, and this is what actually matters, is progressive overload. So progressive overload is basically small increases in weight. Let's say this is like 2 kilograms, and this is 10, this is like 20. So small increases in weight that add up over time. This is the way to build muscle. This is what actually builds muscle. 2 things, train to failure and increase the weights, right? So it's a bit different. Like, of course, if you want to progressively overload with weights, you do just this. You just, instead of using the 2 kilogram dumbbells, you do the 10 kilogram dumbbells, and then you do the 20 kilogram dumbbells, right? With bodyweight exercises, it's a bit different. It's a bit more sophisticated, but it's also very, very easy. Instead of, like, this is how they built muscle in the study, is the group that was doing the bench press, every time they did 10 reps, they increased the weight. The other group, that were doing push-ups, they did a harder variation. They did a harder variation. They put their legs up on a chair. They added a clap to it. They added a clap to the push-up. They slowed the reps down. They put weight in a backpack and did push-ups, weighted push-ups. They put like water balls in a backpack and did weighted push-ups. They used resistance bands. Like, there are so many ways to progressively overload on bodyweight exercises. It's actually insane. Like, there are so many ways. And what they did was, in the study, is that they did harder variations and they built the same amount of muscle. So basically, if you want to build muscle at home, train with bodyweight exercises, because you won't be able to train with weights, or you could actually buy weights but train with bodyweight exercises. Take them to failure, do them until you can't do another rep, and when you reach your target rep range, let's say it's like 10 to 12 reps, you progressively overload. You do something extra. Every time you train, you do something extra. You increase the reps, you make the reps slower, you do a harder variation, you add weights, you add water bottles in a backpack or books in a backpack, and you do it like that. And there are so many ways. So that's the third thing. This is basically how you build muscle at home. I hope this helps. We're in this together, bro, and I promise you we're gonna make it. Peace. Take care.